What's the Game podcast in the building?
Yep. Let's go. Damn, going into week 7.
go.
Let's go. Let's take no time. Let's get into it. Eric, let's go.
Niners by a billion. That's how I'm gonna start it off.
Damn, predictions like that.
Niners by a billion.
Damn.
Billion this week.
Damn, after getting our ass whooped,
Billion?
A billion. Niners by a billion. Monday Night Football. Niners by a billion.
Oh man, we're fighting a depleted Minnesota Vikings team, man. I mean, out of star too.
Big time star. Shit, probably the best receiver in football.
I mean, top five receiver in football if you want to have that conversation. But yeah, one of the top 5 receivers in football right now. Not in the lineup. Expect to miss 4 games on this short hour. This will be
Thank
game 2 today. So you may have a chance, but it's not just for me. This weekend is just not about not having that top receiver. As you see last week, we lost to a team that didn't have a starting quarterback. That was on their 3rd string quarterback, and also their 2nd and 3rd string running back. And still, I hate to say it, any given Sunday, and have to be just not our Sunday. They made it muddy. Like they said, they wanted to bring us in the dirt or bring us in the mud with them. That's exactly what they did. Muddy.
That's exactly what they did, bro.
Yeah, so
they was a little bit more hungry than we were. So.
Yeah, I like the fact that Kirk Cousins got a little turmoil going on in the locker room. Maybe that works in our favor. Maybe we can do that and make that come in, in our favor a little bit. So
let's talk about the Vikings. They're 2-4. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he hasn't had success against Kyle. Probably is that because Kyle knows his strengths and weaknesses. We've kicked the Vikings' ass. I don't know, probably the last 2-3 times I can remember, especially in the playoffs. With no Justin Jefferson, I mean, it's kind of sounds like a repeat. But like, what scares you about the Vikings? I mean, I think the defense is pretty solid. You got Hunter over there on the DN. They blitz a lot. I was watching Kyle Shanahan's press conference yesterday. That was one of his concerns, that they're the number 1 blitz team. I thought the Giants were, but he said they were the number 1 blitz team. So, I mean, what scares y'all about the Vikings?
To me, man, is whether or not Cousins has a good game. I think if we get him rattled, get him on the ground a couple of times, I think we'll be good. But if he has a good game, he's like the Eli Manning, in my opinion. Like, if you let that cat get loose, he gonna, kind of show you a good game. But I think if we get back there and put him on his back a couple of times, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm a little different. I hate, coming off a loss or being able to show our vulnerabilities on film. I think they do what everybody else does to us is allow Bosa's, aggressive behavior reactions to kind of get him up the field, trap him on trap plays, screen him a lot. Have him thinking, run the draw to his side a lot, just have him thinking, throw a whole lot of disguised blitzes at him, sending the back to him, make him just play assignment football all the time. It's going to be big this week to figure out if we're going to get Greenlaw back. I think Greenlaw,
right,
not so much of Greenlaw, what we didn't do on defense. It's just the fact what Greenlaw brings when
his presence.
Yeah, he being that energy, he being that spark plug that we need. So when I look at it, I kind of look at that cat and mouse game of, can we be playing very, very disciplined football? Let us not, because they don't have a big time threat at the wide receiver position. I think it's going to be a lot more balls going to the tight ends and to the check down and to the screen game than trying to throw the ball down the field against us. I just hope we don't play this lackadaisical, let's catch defense, it's bend but don't break defense and let this game allow to be close. That's the thing that I don't want to see. But I think, again, what we put on film last week was you can screen us, you can get gash runs at times. You can even mismatch us if you snap the ball without having Fred want to be able to look at the formation and diagnose the play. If you come out of the hustle and a rush snap, you can kind of get a couple plays off and get a couple gashes here and there. So that's why I see the game can be won or lost at.
So Justin Jefferson is gone. They drafted Addison out of USC to be his Robin to the Batman, and I guess he's going to be the focal point of the offense here going forward. He has had, I think, one breakout game and one good game. But other than that, it's been really shut down. So I mean, he's really good. But like I said, if you go to the only part, I hate to say this, but the offense does not scare me.
Neither did the Browns with who they had lining up.
I know. That's what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
PJ Walker didn't scare me either. I was thinking it was gonna be a walkthrough, bro.
Yeah, so we'll see. Obviously the defense is solid. The defense is solid in Minnesota. I don't know, man. I just think we're so much superior than everybody. So when we talk about who scares us, it's like nobody scares. We the Niners. So it's crazy when we talk about something like that. But you said something about us losing and them getting our vulnerabilities on film.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our first time losing a regular season game, like in the last 16 games. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Bosa said yesterday he forgot what it felt like to come into the building after a loss. He said he didn't know what to do. He said the meetings felt different. Everything was different because now they're really critiquing not to take another L. So it was flabbergasted to him, like, yo, Dad, we really lost? Like, what? How does that even feel? Because
So
the NFC
the
NFC Championship game wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like a loss. You know what I'm saying? That was like whatever. But
it's no real meeting now to meet about, try to game plan for next week. So yeah, I get exactly what he's saying. But when I look at this, when I also look at this game, I look at this game and the injury bug hit us bad. I mean, whoa, like we hit the injury bug so bad. I mean, again, it's just like, last week ran into a mirror image of ourselves from last year. I'm looking at the injury report right now.
What's your concerns about the injuries?
I mean, let's look at it. First of all, the injury report did not practice today. Aaron Banks did not practice today. Dre Greenlaw again today did not practice today. Christian McCaffrey did not practice today. Debo Samuels did not practice today. Trent Williams. So you're talking about limited practice today. We had Mr. Oliver practice limited today, right? So only person we had in full practice that hadn't been practicing before in full participation is George Odom, which is with the quad,
and who else?
And that's it. I mean,
Elijah.
Elijah's in practice again.
Full practice. No, he's full practice.
Okay.
I see him run around a little clip, man. Mr. Glass House himself.
I take that though. We already kind of figured, Christian wasn't gonna be a go. I'm surprised about Debo, but I think we got enough backs to cover while Christian rests up a little bit.
Well, they're not all whatever. None of them are ruled out. The expectation is actually for every one of them to actually play.
Right.
The cool thing or the good thing is that we have an actual extra day with the game being on Monday night.
Right.
So when the next injury report comes out with the practice that's happening today, we'll know more about the picture. The only everybody's expected to play though. The only one that's still somewhat really up in the air is McCaffrey. If I'm Kyle, if I'm John Lynch, I'm sitting McCaffrey.
Absolutely.
What y'all think?
Absolutely. Let that man rest up. We don't need him for these games. I mean, we're gonna need him down the stretch, especially going into the playoffs.
Get that face.
Like
why that face? Because we do need him, right?
I mean, we got enough, backup. So next man up. I mean, it's gonna be.
Let me ask you a question.
It's gonna be hard to be out there without him, but hey.
But who's more valuable, Debo reps or McCaffrey reps?
McCaffrey by 1 million.
So how do we not need him? I mean, if we had McCaffrey to finish the game last week, I think that game has a different result. We struggled in the passing game when it got late. I mean, I think it was a lot of hurry balls. I thought it was a lot of bad balls being thrown in the second half. But there's a lot of sticky coverage played by the Browns. So when we look at this right here, I mean, you saying we don't need McCaffrey? Elijah Mitchell, I mean, if we're looking at Elijah Mitchell of last year, first 5 games of that 8-game span that he went on, but when's the last time we've seen a real show Elijah Mitchell? Like
I never said we don't need him. I take him every day, but like it's a chance
we can
for him
rewind
to
the tape. You
here.
said we don't need him.
Yeah.
It's like that State Farm commercial, flag on the play.
Yeah, we might need a flag for that because you said we don't need
Okay.
it. Again, are we ready to play Jordan Mason with 20 snaps a game? Is he a 20 snap back right now?
Nah, I hadn't seen that.
Is he a
With
I
15
mean,
snap?
he be actually getting in there garbage time, really. After we, secured the lead and secured the game pretty much. He's
So you
getting those
telling me you have
garbage
no
reps.
running backs with any real reps? The second running back when McCaffrey was out was Debo. So we have nobody that has really carried the ball a significant amount of times throughout a game, and that's how we're going into Week 7's game against the Minnesota Vikings.
So let me ask you
But
this then:
that's this year though. If you take into
what
account
Minnesota
last
run
year,
defense look like?
Elijah can. Now Elijah can take 15, 18, 20 carries, but I know what y'all want to say. But Elijah can take the carries. Elijah can take the carries with Mason spelling them.
Well, sound like Moody better get ready because it sounds like a lot of field goals be kicked on Sunday.
My man Moody.
Well,
Let's go,
it
Moody.
depends.
Let's
It
go,
depends
Moody.
on what the Vikings run defense look like. I hadn't did my research on it, but maybe one of you guys have.
But their defense is solid. Their defense is good.
Is it like what we faced last week?
No, that's like the number one defense.
Well, hey,
but they're solid.
In there. I mean, I'm good with that.
The defense is solid, but back to serious concern. All right, so we got the Vikings Monday night, right? So you let them. I say you let them sit. Then you let them. You let them sit, and then it gets ready to play the Bengals. McCaffrey. Yeah, you let them sit against the Vikings. Get ready for the Bengals, and then you got the bye week. But I'm not all opposed letting them sit against the Vikings and the Bengals. So I'm get 3 weeks rest. Got the 2 games you'll miss, and then the bye, and then now we got the stretch, the end of the season stretch, playoff Super Bowl stretch, and hopefully he's healthy. I'd rather not have him bank. I'd rather get him to 100, or they're not gonna never be 100, but you know what I'm saying, as closest to 100 as possible,
right?
Opposed to 60, 70, whatever, 80% every game. I'd rather him just boom, 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 boom.
Well, again, you're looking at this is a division game, so I look at just
conference game.
Division.
Conference. They're not out of division. Division is Seahawks, Cardinals.
I mean NFC. So it's an NFC game.
Mm-hmm.
Can't afford to fall back because the race is really close right now. Being a lot of one-loss teams, being us, being the Eagles, being Detroit, all the one-loss teams already. Had we not lost last week, I think, it's a possibility that you could have rest for 2 weeks and going into the bye. But after coming off a loss, I see him sitting 1 week, but the Bengals week, that's going to be a tough call to have McCaffrey sit in. Again, I just don't know how banged up we are. I know that the Debo injury sounds pretty significant as well. Not significant in the idea that it's about pain tolerance, right? For a receiver to be able to get his arm up above his head, to have bruising on the rotator cuff, things like that, where he takes a lot of shots and gives a lot of shots, being that, known for that yak yard after the catch. That is a little concerning for me to have one of my top receivers with shoulder injuries as if he was a running back, and that takes away some of his ability to get some of the balls in the backfield as well. So I'm looking for, the potential of Ronnie Bell stepping up. What do we do with Ray Ray? I think Ray Ray had a couple carries last week on the reverse. Somebody's going to have to step up in the passing game, because that's the thing that scares me about as we was talking, the Minnesota defense, is the fact now, if Debo is out, can they bracket coverage to force Kittles to have to stay in and block by stacking a lot of people on his side, and now being able to double the BA? Where do we get our next second level of production from? I haven't seen second level production besides when Debo's on the field, Ayuk is on the field, and McCaffrey is on the field. I haven't seen another person have an outbreak game. So that's the thing when I look at, when you talk about how well this defense is, our injuries also play to where this defense can be dominant come Monday night.
So go back to Debo real quick. I think they reported his shoulder, but I think it's more so the bicep. He said he caught a stinger, and then he said it's his first time ever having a stinger. So it was just a lot of pain, and then after the stinger went away, his arm was just dead. So that's why he didn't return to the game. But he seemed like he's like ready to go. just like you said, it's more about the pain tolerance, being able to lift the arm up above the head, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but for those who have had stingers, being in the football, I mean, the stinger starts in the shoulder, neck area, but it can finish anywhere. It can be, you can take a hit directly on the elbow, you can take it on the palm or on the fist where it shoots up. You can take it on the shoulder and it goes down. So, I mean, where that pain ends up at and what you have, where you lose your feeling, and it can be in the fingertips last that it comes back. So I'm not necessarily saying that I want him to sit out, but that is a dangerous injury for my receiver to wait. Again, he has to play with his hands above his shoulders a lot of part of the game. So,
with this injury that he has in concern, if you're Kyle, are you running the ball with him?
With who?
Debo.
If I'm Cal, I'm actually seeing what the other three backs got this week. I'm actually ready to see Jordan Mason, Davis Price, and Elijah Mitchell see what they work. And I'll tell you this, I'll be first to say this. We are losing money, reps, opportunity with the other two tight ends that sit behind Warner and Dwelle. We're wasting roster spots with those guys. I got to look at what their production are in the special teams, which is field goal, punt team.
Yo, what made you bring them? I forgot they were even on the team.
My point exactly. We are wasting roster spots. I don't know how many snaps they're playing a game. I don't know where they're coming in. We don't have a true tight end set. That a true two tight end set where we have, opportunity to run the ball back, forth, this way. I think lose those two, bring two receivers up off IR free agency. Let's find us two dominant other receivers, go in the game with one tight end and Juice having to go between tight end and fullback, and that be our team. I think we're wasting reps. We're wasting money, opportunity for other people with these two tight ends that give us 7 snaps together per game.
Let me ask you this. But do you think Kyle has changed the offense a little bit or something from last year? Is he overthinking it? Because I think we spoke about in the last podcast, last year when McCaffrey first got to us, you would have McCaffrey and Mitchell in the game at the same time, all types of stuff. I don't think I've seen McCaffrey line up at wide receiver yet this year. You would see Elijah in the backfield at the running back, McCaffrey over here in the slot, vice versa.
Elijah been hurt that game though.
Elijah been available.
He been hurt.
You can't make the club in the top.
Okay, but what about with Mason? But even that, when we go empty set, 5 wide, 4 wide, nobody in the backfield, it's very rare that I've seen McCaffrey line up as at the wide out position.
But we went to 5 wides and we put Juice at wide out. We do have McCaffrey at wide. Again, I tell you, or what we talked about last podcast is I think that Elijah Mitchell is cut in the idea of being the true backup to Christian McCaffrey. Same skill set. Those two have is the same skill set that Jordan Mason and Price have. I think Mitchell not being available makes Christian's number of touches go up, plays go up, and his inability or his non-availability has been a struggle point for us. And I think that's why you're missing those plays when you see McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell in the huddle with Debo, with BA, with Kittles, and those are the 5. You don't know when the huddle breaks where they're going to line up at. You have no clue. And I think it just comes to the package because Elijah Mitchell is not available and not ready for us right now. So even this week, Elijah just plugs himself into a Christian spot, and we still don't have the package available when it comes time to get to that package.
Yo, P.
Yes, sir.
Brock is won his first, I don't even know, 12 games or something as an NFL starter in the regular season, coming off his first interception of the season.
Baby. First loss.
Everything. What do you want to see different from him this week? What has to happen to show that was just a one-off, I'm still Brock star?
Well, hopefully they went to the locker room knowing that, it's any given Sunday and don't try to rethink the way they playing. Just keep going, keep playing. We got some missing key players. You got to find that groove with a different player now. So just keep doing what he's doing. Don't get those happy feet back there and just keep giving us that magic that he's been giving us. So I hope he don't take this as wow, they don't figure me out. No, nobody's figured you out. Just keep playing and keep grinding. So I think we'll definitely bounce back. He'll look at some film and definitely bounce back to it.
That's why I say Niners by $1 billion. That boy got to bounce back. You know, one of the things I would love to see from him, though, I would love to see him run the ball more. Not obviously like design runs, but get out the pocket. I mean, let me go get this 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, get out of bounds, get down, whatever.
Actually, he was doing that back then. I mean, he done got away from that. He kind of just do the 2 or 3 drop back and let it go. So hopefully,
what you think, Nog?
Yeah, I think we play with a lot of condensed pockets to where we don't have those run lanes for quarterbacks like other people has have in the past. We don't have those rush lanes. If you look at how people rush Patrick Mahomes or Russell Wilson or those guys, they have really, really wide rush lanes. I think because of our play action scheme and how we get to our passing game, the rush lanes are not there, or the pass lanes are not there. Everybody is tight. We're really, really condensed with our offensive line. The rush is a must rush to kind of keep him in the pocket and having him see over our 6-foot lineman. I think that's still part of the game plan for Brock, that we don't have these big gashes and gaps in between the run. But what I was going to say is, I know I said that we got our ass kicked last week. I went back and watched the film 2 and 3 times, right? I don't necessarily put that game on Brock having a bad game. I mean, first of all, the one that BA dropped, that's 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it's 6 because they probably would have tackled him, but it was a big play.
Big play. And it was a dot. If you watch how he threw this ball, it was a dot. The DB couldn't have played the ball no better or play on the feet of BA to make it any better.
I think that's what happened. He tugged at his feet just enough for him to pull back and not, grab that ball in.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers don't look good for Brock. I don't know if they showed it. The defense was just sticky, really, really sticky. And we actually marched the ball up the field the whole first half.
Mm-hmm.
The whole entire first half. Where we were at, shout out to those people. We didn't get a chance for the first drive. But the first drive, we really walked the ball. Besides, there were 2 big penalties in the first drive that actually got us moving. But other than that, we kind of moved the ball at will on the first drive, almost the whole first half. We should have been up probably 17-0, 17-7, or 17-3 at halftime, where it should have been really the score if you actually look at the score. And they didn't do anything special against us in the second half. They just were forcing us in 3 and outs, but they didn't really move the ball well either. So, we should have scored after the Warner's interception. I mean, we had everything go our way. We just didn't finish the game. So
right, we didn't finish.
So, Fred, what you looking for Brock to do this Monday, man? What do we need to change up?
Bro, Niners by $1 billion.
That ain't give us no game plan. I hear you once, but what's the game plan?
Like I said, I think with this aggressive defense, if he comes out normally doing his normal stuff, us doing our normal stuff, him step up in the pocket, I think he just needs to go. If it's not there, step up in the pocket. It's not there, boom, get that quick 6, 7 yards so we can get into 2nd and short, 3rd and short, keep everything short. Then you hand it off to Mitchell, get the first down, let McCaffrey sit, find BA across the middle. I think we need to open up like those RPO games and stuff like that and get back to the play action, a lot of the zone running scheme, get back to that. Just get back to the basics and just dominate the game. But get back to zone running, Elijah Mitchell, 1 foot in the dirt, hit it up north, downhill. It's not pull it out, find BA across the middle, find Kittle, and let's go.
Oh yeah.
Don't pull it out.
Pull it out, balls. But yeah. I just think just get back to the basics. Just get back to the basics. Calm down. It's going to be a lot of pressure coming from them. Hopefully, even though Trent avoided the high ankle sprain, I'm sure there's some type of feeling or anything like that he probably has in that thing. So there's going to be a lot of pressure and weight on him. And then Banks supposedly had an ankle as well. So, I mean, that's the whole left side of the line right there.
So question, traveling back east or to the Midwest, for a Monday night game. Routine already kind of throw it off by playing a 1 o'clock game last week on the East Coast. Like, how does that part play up? And playing in bad weather last week, how much does that travel this week play into what we're doing after coming off a loss, coming off the East Coast, playing a 1 o'clock game in the East Coast, playing in rainy, slushy, wet weather? Like, what does that play in the psyche when you're thinking about the 49ers traveling Midwest or back East again to play another game and actually playing on Monday night? So a little bit more time to think about the loss we had, but also knowing we got to go into a next week game against the Bengals. Like, how does that play in the psyche of preparation when you talk about the players being ready mentally, emotionally, physically to play, and also preparing for it? Like, sometimes as a coach, you are preparing for a 2-week movement, right? You're trying to make sure everybody's prepared, well rested, knowing that you got this 2-week cycle that you got to kind of get this in, that in. Like, how does that play into the psyche for not just the coaching staff, but the players that are playing in this game? How does that play in effect? What do you guys think?
Well, I think traveling, they probably used to, traveling cross country like that, East Coast to West Coast. But I think the benefit or the upper hand that we got is playing in the dome, so we don't have to worry about the weather, the rain, the cold. So I think that's a plus in our favor. That kind of gives us that feel of back home, playing in a nice warm climate. So I think that's a plus for us. But traveling is always kind of hit or miss with that, going in different time zones and stuff like that. So, but I'm pretty sure they've been doing it for years. They're used to that. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be an issue at all. Like Pete was saying, with it being in the dome, obviously it takes all the elements out the game. So we gotta worry about rain, snow, sleet, whatever, any cold weather, hot weather, nothing like that.
Does that even the playing field though? That I think I ain't gonna say the advantage came, but it definitely took away some of our superpower by playing the Browns in slushy weather, outdoor weather, making the game muddy, unfavorable in our decision. How much even does playing on turf make them to us, where they can match our speed for speed if it comes to that? You ain't got to worry about the elements in certain areas. Like, how does that match up, or how does that play into effect?
I actually was going to say it doesn't even it. It probably gives us even more of an advantage, because now we get to get on turf and really show the speed that we got and all the abilities all around the field. So I actually think it's damn near an advantage. Also, as y'all know how we travel to these games and the 49er faithful take over all these stadiums, Vivid Seats released their fan forecast, and as of right now, it's like 60-40. Wow. And that doesn't include the locals who live in Minnesota who are 49er fans. That they're just taking into account zip codes from that area, and they're at 60-40. This might be a 50-50 crowd on Monday in the dome in Minnesota. And they got really good fans. They do that skull thing, they do that. I thought that shit right there is dope until they get their ass kicked. I went to a Panthers game here, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. They played and they took over Panther Stadium, but that's all you saw was them like. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's
pretty dope. But not Monday night, So I think it's actually an advantage to us. I think that's why we always play well against the Rams in LA and stuff like that. And I think same thing like last year when we whatever, I think it was last year. The year before, we opened up the season against the Lions in the dome. Can't think of what other dome games off the top of my head, but I think we were actually playing really well in the dome because
Atlanta last year.
Huh?
Atlanta last year.
Well, didn't they have it open? Wasn't it open?
We have no elements in this turf.
It was sunny as hell.
I don't remember Atlanta being open.
Yeah, it was open.
It was open. I was about to say it was open.
Yeah,
they had it open that day.
The top was out. Oh my God,
they had it open. Yeah, because the sun was blazing down.
Outside.
Yeah, the sun was blazing down. I remember.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So with all that being said, what we thinking? What we got prediction wise? Niners by 1 billion.
I always first. out there quick with my odd numbers. Man, bouncing back off this on 21.
You said what now? You going in and out.
Yeah, my guys. So yeah, we're going 21 Niners. Got that? 21 Niners.
21 Niners.
Yeah, 21 Niners. So we got
21-9.
we got 6 Vikings.
21-6.
Yep.
Yo, we only gonna score 21 points.
Yep, that's it.
That ain't Niners by $1 billion.
I'm not far from that. I'm going 27-10. 27-10 is my score. I think we got too many primetime players potentially going to miss this game on Sunday. That means our firepower. Monday night will be our firepower will be low. I think we'll be on pitch count for a lot of the guys that are in the game, just trying to get us through this 2-week cycle. Again, I want 27-10 49ers. Brock throwing for 250 though.
Yo, Niners by $1 billion. Niners by $1 billion.
Yeah.
38-10, something like that. Like, this is going to be one of those Monday night games where if they check the ratings after halftime, the ratings are only going to be 49er fans. This is one of them games where if you got to get up to go to work early on a Tuesday, you're going to say, good job, Niners, at by halftime, and you going to bed, knowing that it's taken care of. This is one of them games that we, at the end of the season, when we're 15-2, 14-3 or something like that, we won't even remember because we done John blazed that ass. Niners by $1 billion.
Here's the thing. I do think Shanahan going to be in his bag. I think we're going to see so much creativity come Monday night.
Let's go.
That we're going to be saying, where has this been all year? Now, can the defense, again, I'm asking the same question I ask every week. When is my defensive line going to hunt?
We'll answer that question on the recap. We're going to answer that question and talk about it on the recap.
I've been disappointed thus far.
To end the show, though, inside the element, no elements, in the dome, Jake Moody, 3 field goals, and he makes all his extra points. Let's go, Moody. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back, Moody.
Moody, you better not miss not one field goal. I promise.
Miss no field goals. He not gonna miss no field goals. Moody for president. Let's go. With all that being said, y'all got any shout outs?
No, man, it's Monday Night Football, man. It's always good to be playing on prime time so the world can see the world's best team, the real America's team. So tune in Monday night, San Francisco 49ers, Minnesota Vikings, tap in. We can't wait to show what we got. Again, defensive line hunt, offensive line be creative. Let's get it.
Pete, you got anything?
Oh, man. Let's get this win Monday. Shout out to all the Niner fans, Niner Empires, Niner.
Everything is dead. Yo, everybody get out. Everybody out there, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. You see, we reply to our comments. So comment, subscribe, like, share, all of that good stuff. We appreciate all the support out there. And we out, man. Whistle Gang Podcast.
Go